Hello everyone, welcome back. This video is going to be on a respray on a mk3 buffet car from Hornby. This coach in the bag covered in model strip that was in the Grand Central Trains livery. It's the black with the orange, like American style logos. Going to be respraying it into the Great Western fag packet livery, the green, white and gold. There's a picture on a mk3 actually, that's even better to show you on. So yeah, taking it apart, got the model strip on it, that's the stuff I'm using. Just got it in the bag, got to wait 10 hours now, so I can't do anything for 10 hours. But hopefully tomorrow when I get in from work I'll be able to start on the primer. Incidentally, to take the buffet cars and the TGSs apart, you need to take the roof off and not the body off the chassis. Okay, so there's the roof and the windows. So to take it apart, you need to pop the gangway connections off. See it there very clearly. There we go. Pop them off, and if I show you on, this is just a normal coach, but if I show you on this one, it'll focus. Just along by the cant rail strip, if you can manage to try and slide something fine in there. I used the side, not the blades, but I used the side of a razor saw, like the flat steel section, just to prise it up. And you need to push the windows in carefully, because otherwise you'll break them, and then it should pop the roof off, and you'll be left with something that looks, don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but something that looks like that. Just a chassis body sides assembly, I suppose you could call it. I've taken the bogies off as well, they just popped off, no problems. So yeah, and while it's all apart on the moulding on the inside, I'm gonna, if I can find any, I'm gonna glue some seated people down just to make it look a bit more like an actual train. So I haven't done much more in the layout, but as I said, the helixes are on order, so they should be here in a couple of weeks, and I shall hopefully see you again tomorrow with this ready to be primed up with my airbrush. So see you later. Right guys, welcome back. The paint stripping is all done. I'm just about to put the first coat of primer on, or the first couple of coats of primer on. Hope you enjoy my makeshift spray booth. It's just a plastic crate and a hobby table and a cardboard box. But before I get started, I'll show me airbrush and stuff. So that's my airbrush. It's an AB130 from everythingairbrush.com. 3-meter braided hose and one of their compressors as well. Along with the 3-in-1 holder and cleaner. I also got some frisket film and some, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, I think it's called Vagello paints. Last year for £195, so it was expensive, but what you get is actually quite a good deal, and for what you're going to be using it for. For me, mainly I use it for weathering. Now obviously I will be doing some resprays, as you can see right in front of you. So I've mixed up some primer, so I'll set my camera down and start doing some priming. There we go. Zoom in a bit. There we go. Open up the door a bit for some ventilation. There we go. Right. Mask on and The primer I'm using is just Well Match Universal Primer, and just using some regular acrylic thinner as well. So, let's get started. Okay guys, so I've finished primering it, put about 3 or 4 coats on in about, I don't know, hour and a half. Just let it dry off in between each coat. Sprayed the ends and the insides as well, because the insides, when you spray through, the windows on one side, paint goes onto the other. But that'll all be going green anyway, so I'll leave it till next week now. Just because of the fact of this is enamel primer, I'm going to be using an acrylic top coat, and for the other fact of I've got the work all next week and I don't have any time apart from next weekend. So I'll see you next weekend and I'll finish this off. It'll all be in the same video, so just keep watching. Bye. Right, hello everyone, welcome back. The primer's all dried. That's been drying for a week now, so I'm just getting ready to put the Great Western Green on. I'm using Humbrol RC405 acrylic. It's also by Hornby, so should match the other. I say should match the other coaches. So it's already been thinned up, ready to go in the airbrush. So I'll just get started. Just testing it to make sure it's thinned down properly enough. So I'll fill up the reservoir and get started. I just used a 1:1 ratio of paint to acrylic thinner. Just give it another little bit of a quick mix in the palette. The benefit of a dual action brush is, can I show you? No. Well, anyway, if you put your finger over the end, push down the air and pull back gently, you can make sure all the paint's fully mixed, because the air, instead of coming out the front, has to come out where the paint flows. So let's get started. Right guys, well I've finished the green coat. I've done 5 coats. It's come up really well actually. It's gone all into the details. It's like in behind the grab rails. Sprayed inside. Sprayed around the ends. Done the buffers. So yeah, so the next stage is to give this 24 hours to fully cure. Then I'm going to give it 2 quick light coats of clear gloss varnish, and then apply the transfers. while I had some spare paint, I got this ratio pack of like industrial junk, and sprayed up some pallets and some of the barrels and a couple of the crates as well, because although this is a Great Western green, actually it's not that bad for military like base coats. It's a bit darker tone than drab olive green, which is what it would be normally, but yeah, it should look good. So I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully I'll apply the decals. Right guys, so the green's all been dried, and as you'll probably notice, I've also gone around all the windows, the door handles, the grab rails and the foot plates in silver. I just used some Tamiya XF16 flat aluminium to do all the silver, and then I went over on the footsteps with some of the Vagello 71.002 yellow, just because the yellow wouldn't show up on its own on top of the green. But doing all that, both sides, took me about 2 hours to do last night. So yeah, took a while. There's a couple of spots where it's not quite perfect, but I can just get touched up in a minute. So I'm just about to do the clear coat. For this I'm using just some Humbrol clear gloss varnish. That one there. And I tested it last night on a couple of like scrap pieces and that, and don't need to thin it down, which seems a bit weird, but it works alright. Goes through the airbrush perfectly fine, goes onto the other subjects perfectly fine. So I'll decant some into my airbrush and I'll get going. One other thing I did do is the buffer beams around the ends I touched in with some Vagello black. So you just see the ends there. Just trying to tilt it so you get better light. So the ends and the buffers and the dummy coupling I painted in black, just to match the rest of the fleet. So let's get cracking. There you go, it's starting to come through now. There we go. Right guys, the gloss varnish all sorted from last weekend. I've got the decals which I'm about to do. These are from precisionlabels.com and they are the First Great Western Mark 3 fag packet decals even. They're vinyl. They just need to be cut to size and pressed on. They're really good quality. You got the up the top there, you got the doors, and you got the roof lines which come with the cant rail strips. You got the door lights, and you got obviously the main body stripes. And on the bottom corner here, you probably won't be able to see them. Actually got coach numbers on as well. So yeah, really good. So all I've got to do now is put these on, cut them out. So I've got the cutting mat there. I got a steel rule, and I got my pack of scalpels. So I'll get started, and I'll show you when I'm done what the coach looks like. That's it now. So yeah, hopefully it'll look a little bit different. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, so we're finished. The transfers went on a treat. I used some rail match matte varnish over the top. The transfers aren't 100% perfect from where I've cut them out of the backing sheet, and where I've just sort of slipped every now and again. The cant rail strip is not quite all there. The main body stripes started perfectly this end, raised by about 2mm that end. So it means I've had to sort of cut into transfer to still be able to see the door handle, but I'm not worried about that. I didn't bother putting in the roof strips, the strips above the rain strip, because I found that too fiddly, and to be honest, from normal viewing distance it doesn't look too out of place. When you compare it to a normal model, that's a standard factory applied finish, doesn't look too out of place. So what I'll do is I'll couple up the 57, it's a Bachmann 57, run number 57602. Just plug the controller in. There we go. Just couple her up. Bit rough there, oh well. Pull away, hopefully she's coupled up, not quite, right. Bit of assistance. So if I stand back in a minute, if I pull the train up fully into the station, actually if I pull it up just past the station, I can show you on a full straight even. So it doesn't look too bad. Go. That's the respray one, factory applied on a Mark 3, Barbie livery, and then the fag packer on the X first class brake, and then on Mark 2, and then on the brake as well. Thank you very much. I'll keep you posted. As I say, the helixes are on order. They should be here within the next few weeks. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.